Hello there. A warm welcome to the program. I'm Olayemi Udunuga, and this is Tech Trends. This week, we focus on the cyberspace. First, we feature a gathering of cybersecurity professionals, enthusiasts, and individuals with an interest in cybersecurity at the Cyber Starters Conference in Unilag. And then I talked to Shola Adekoye, founder of Open Innovation Access on the global cybersecurity landscape. Don't forget, this is the program that takes you on a ride in 25 minutes to seek out innovation and creativity that are unique to Africa.
While the vast majority of hackers may be disinclined towards violence, it would only take a few to turn cyber terrorism into reality.
Beginners and enthusiasts in the cybersecurity community looking to get insights and guidance were at the Cyber Starters Conference in Unilag. The field of cybersecurity is constantly evolving and presents numerous opportunities for growth and success. Hence why the conference is designed to help individuals navigate the overwhelming world of cybersecurity and provide a clear direction for anyone interested in the industry.
Mission to actually combat cybercrime in a more sustainable.
A convergence of cybersecurity-minded individuals and enthusiasts willing to gain more insights and guidance into the industry.
This is the age of information. This is the information age.
And with the theme Level Up, Cyber Starters Conference is designed to help with just that. It aims to provide a clear direction for individuals looking to navigate the overwhelming world of cybersecurity, and attendees get to hear from leading experts in the field.
There is cyber talent shortage across the globe, and it's not only Nigeria, and we also have a ton. But then there is so much we can do. We can turn the narrative. We can let people know that there are a lot of good things that can come out of Nigeria in terms of cybersecurity skill. I know some already are aware, and that is why we are seeing a lot of export of skill with regards to people going to other places. Many people see cybercrime as in, what is it? Some does not even have a clue of what they're expected to do or how they're supposed to start. There's some basic hygiene when it comes to cybersecurity. And when it comes to the fact that you're starting from, the ground zero, it's not for you to be afraid.
In the US particularly, I don't have statistics for Nigeria, but in the US we have about that was last year, 3.4 million shortage of cybersecurity skills. 3.4 million. And then this gap that's in the US, and this gap, they're trying to fill it from all across the globe. So you find some people here, sourcing jobs out there, people working remotely from Nigeria, people having to relocate over there to fill up these gaps. So you're looking for people in Africa, all over West Africa, all over East Africa and all. And then we also have a lot of issues around cybercrime being on the increase. Ransomware, phishing, people mentioned quite a few of them, but the issue of ransomware has been very prevalent out there in the world today, and every industry is being hit. Initially, it was about the financial industry, and then we have government and critical infrastructure. Now they're hitting hospitals, they're hitting all industries being hit. One, because of the proliferation of the ease of deploying those attack toolkits, and also the profitability of that particular crime. And so that's why it's very prevalent. And then that has given rise to the need for people to invest in cybersecurity, invest in professionals to protect them.
I know that not everyone here is a starter. Maybe you're about to launch in. Maybe you've just started, you've just gotten your first job. If you want to be exceptional, you won't do business as usual. You won't tick boxes. So the first thing, a lot of people I see, a lot of professionals I see, the first thing they want to do is come and scatter the place. Come and change things. No. You will change things. But you can't break things you don't understand. Even in cyber, right? Even if you're a pen tester, your first thing you're doing is to go and do reconnaissance. What are you doing? You're learning the system. Why do we take away that practice from just our technical lives and we don't apply it to our career lives? I see a lot of us going to the workplaces and struggling because of this one thing.
The field of cybersecurity is constantly evolving. And with recent advancements in technology, particularly in the areas of artificial intelligence, the demand for skilled cybersecurity professionals has increased. thereby presenting numerous opportunities for growth and success.
CTO and CISO at Coronation Merchant Bank, and he holds several industries.
And so a panel of experts from various sectors of the industry engage in discussions about the latest developments and trends in the field.
Bring it into your workplace. Serve it as value. Plate it well.
Among the highlights of the event is a cybersecurity debate about pressing issues in the industry, a capture the flag competition where participants get to demonstrate their skills, and a hacking demo.
One of my mentors always say that Nigeria is actually the cyber talent capital of the world because we have so many unrefined talents in Nigeria, and if these youth are not given an advantage or they are not given the opportunity to use their skills for good, of course they will definitely want to use it for bad because most of them don't know the consequences of these cyber crimes. And so we as youth, we know what it is. I studied cybersecurity for 5 years in FUT Mina, so I know the basics of this thing. I know the legal consequences of channeling your skill into bad. So we are trying to take this message out to the young persons, young professionals, the youths, to say there is more good that you can use your talents for than for bad.
The conference is all about creating an avenue for young people starting into cybersecurity to be able to learn, to be able to get to meet industry experts and learn from them. All right, we don't have conferences like this that help cybersecurity enthusiasts get started in their career. So Dario Baka thought about this initiative. All right, let's bring people into cybersecurity. Let's educate them. Let them give them the needed knowledge they need, and let us get them started. Like the theme for this conference is level up. So we're trying to say, okay, at this point in time, you've selected a path. It's time for you to now level up.
Cyber Starters Conference emphasizes the importance of continuous learning and development in the field of cybersecurity, and it encourages individuals to take advantage of the opportunities that exist within the industry. A team of biomedical engineers in Australia have developed a small flexible robot that can be used to 3D print biomaterials directly inside the human body in the hopes of streamlining future medical procedures. Bioprinting is a process where natural tissue-like structures are printed using bio-ink and living cells in order to repair internal harms such as organ or tissue damage or ruptured blood vessels. The use of living cells in the printing process allows these man-made structures to fuse naturally with the human body and continue to grow. Currently, biomaterials must be created outside of the body before relying on typically invasive surgery to insert the materials inside the body, which can lead to high blood loss, infections, and other complications. Team leader Dr. Deo said this new device named F3DB will eliminate those complications and risks by printing directly inside the body using a natural orifice such as the mouth or anus, similar to an endoscopic tool.
So the currently no commercially available technology can perform direct 3D printing inside the human body. Some technology have been proposed such as the handheld device, but they only limited at the skin surface only, and so they make from the rigid materials, and therefore they don't have enough flexibility to insert inside the human body and perform the 3D printing.
F3DB features a 3-axis printing head that can bend and twist using hydraulics on the tip of a soft robotic arm. The printing nozzle can print pre-programmed shapes or can be operated manually if more complex or undetermined printing is required. The smallest prototype has a diameter of approximately 11 to 13 millimeters, similar to a commercial endoscope, but it could be scaled even smaller in the future.
The current 3D bioprinting technology, they yield a large form factor of 3D printer machine like this. And then if they want to implement the biomaterial, for example, this one, it's very fragile and easy to broken. And then they have to open the human body like this, then do the implantation. But this technology, they have a lot of limitation, high infection risk and high blood loss. In the lab, we try to scale this machine into the smaller version, like this device, and then we can insert into the human body using natural orifice like the mouth or the anus, and even we can use with a minimally invasive surgery.
The device's printing nozzle can be altered to act as a scalpel and water jet to provide a wider range of applications and act as an all-in-one endoscopic tool. Practitioners could use the scalpel to conduct tissue dissections or remove cancerous tumors, then use the water jet to clean the lesion before bioprinting directly onto the wound to speed up the healing process.
No chance.
The team also tested the cell viability of the living biomaterials after being printed by F3DB. Results showed that the majority of cells were alive post-printing and continued to grow over the next week. 4 times as many cells were observed 7 days after printing.
So our technology was designed like all-in-one device. So it means they not only can perform the in situ bioprinting inside the bodies, but they can be used like the endoscopic surgical device that they can remove a certain type of cancer tumor. For example, they can cut the tissue and then they can clean the tissue, and after that we can 3D print biomaterial to speed up the healing process.
F3DB ability to print internally is due to the use of soft robotics and artificial muscles, which Do and his team developed last year.
Soft robots is very good for working with the human body because they mostly make from soft materials such as silicon elastomer, and therefore they can offer the safe interaction with the living body. Second thing, that soft robot, they can offer high flexibility and adaptability. It means they can reach to any area inside the human body.
Do believes that the device is on track for commercialization in the next 5 to 7 years, pending further clinical trials. The world is becoming more digitally reliant and interconnected than ever before, and so is our vulnerability to cyber attacks. Technologies that influence how we communicate, work and learn are providing opportunities while also triggering significant risks across the cyber landscape. Shola Adekoye, founder of Open Innovation Access, speaks on the global cybersecurity landscape and how the world is responding to cyber threats. What's the cybersecurity landscape looking like this year?
Well, it's much better than previous times. There's a lot more awareness now, both locally in Nigeria and Africa, and also internationally this year versus last year or previous times. More major TV stations are discussing cybersecurity on their stations, on their channels. And then also internationally, they're making cybersecurity a topic at international conferences like Davos and GITEX that's coming up in Morocco. The world is also advancing, the use of AI, artificial intelligence, and machine learning in fighting cyber crimes or cyber attacks. But unfortunately, with all of this infrastructure and all of these mitigation tools and methods, it is still inadequate. It's still inadequate because cyber criminals have also gone sophisticated and have also advanced their attacks, their methods for attacks as well. So we've also seen that cyber criminals are recruiting talents faster than cyber security experts or companies. That's because, the level of poverty in some countries is contributing to this. And then also the issues that young professionals are facing is also contributing to this migration to cybercrime industry versus cyber security industry. So with all of this, I would say that in 2023, it's a lot better. It's more promising. Many countries are doing revisions to their national policies, cybersecurity policies, as well as we saw in Nigeria as well. There's more talks about it, so it's a lot better, I would say overall. But there's still a lot to do.
Well, according to Cybersecurity Ventures 2022 cybercrime report, the cost of cybercrime is predicted to hit $8 trillion this year, and that will continue to grow to $10.5 trillion by 2025. These numbers are quite staggering. How is the world responding to this?
Well, the world is raising more awareness. I mean, that's one big thing, because awareness would go a long way in helping to fight cyber crime. There's a whole lot that organizations, governments are already doing in many countries. Some governments in many countries are still not doing as much, but a country is only as strong as its weakest link, like people would say. So it still lies on the individual using technology, getting on the internet to still be aware enough to be able to protect and take precautionary steps when cyber threats come through to them. It's still going to be staggering, unfortunately. In Africa, in Nigeria, what we've seen also, it's going to continue to increase as well. Not to be the bearer of bad news, but the increase in mobile technology is also going to come with an increased cyber threat. Because cyber criminals have also devised means that they've also realized that many people in Africa or Nigeria are unaware. And so then most of the digital experience and usage is done on their mobile phones. So as a result, they launch attacks through mobile phones via SMS and all these different other means. So on the average, as more and more users or more and more people in Africa or Nigeria increase their mobile technology use, we're also going to see increased mobile cybersecurity threats.
So clearly, the threat is real and still growing. But how can we lower barriers to entry into cybercrime?
That is a big. I would say it's at a much higher level. It has to start at a much higher level. Many economies, if you notice, that are less economically empowering have more people migrating to cyber criminal industry because they see it as a necessity, as a way to just get out of poverty and get out of degrading life standard of living that they're forced to be in. So many people see it as an option. They see it as a necessity to just get into cyber crime and just start launching attacks. So to really lower the barrier to that, government have to do a whole lot more, empowering young people in enacting policies that would also encourage startups. We saw in Nigeria alone in 2021 and 2022, Nigerian startups brought in, they secured about 1% of Nigeria's GDP in investments. I mean, that's significant. If with the level of support from government, which is not adequate, but imagine more support from government, enacting laws, more funding available. That would also encourage people to, more younger people to get involved in being innovative and devising solutions and means for fighting cyber crimes and also just improving standard of living altogether. So it would have to start from there. And then also at the individual level, more awareness is going to be needed. I think institutions also have to do a whole lot more. Only about 1% of cyber attacks are reported. So experts can only fight what they know. What they don't know how to fight. So as more and more attacks are successful, it also would encourage more and more people to get involved because the barrier is really low. You are more likely to succeed launching attacks because it's easy to just get through and penetrate companies and penetrate individuals and get away. I think also the government will also have to maybe enact laws to deal with cyber criminals. There have to be, people have to be brought to justice. If there's no consequence for getting involved, people are going to get involved because they're going to get away with it too. So what's the risk or what's the consequence for doing bad things? If there's no consequence, then people are going to get involved as well and do it.
But is there a plus side to the cyber threat landscape, like an explosion or an increase in job opportunities?
Yeah, there are jobs out there. Just as of 2023 alone, about 700,000 jobs are available. There's just not enough talent to fill these jobs. And then more, some countries like in Africa are just now getting the wind of cybersecurity and getting more aware about it too. So there's not enough talent yet developed to fill those jobs, but there are jobs available. As a matter of fact, Korn Ferry, which is a reputable consulting company, has predicted that if countries continue to go at this rate, where more emphasis is placed on AI and robotics, by 2030 there will be about 8.5 trillion worth of jobs available that will not be filled. So you can imagine how many open positions there would have to be that would be worth about $8.5 trillion across the world unfilled, and what that would mean to fighting cyber crime. So that there's going to be a huge shortage as well if more emphasis is not placed on cybersecurity. So I think jobs are available. We just need to place more emphasis on cybersecurity, make people more aware. I guess maybe also companies also need to, compensate people better. So that way people see it as a viable career option, as opposed to all these other areas that are more high paying.
Going forward, what can leaders do to secure their organizations?
Leaders need to prioritize it. They need to take more proactive steps as opposed to just waiting for things to happen before you report it. And when things do happen, you need to report it on time, because cyber security experts know how to fight what they know about. Cyber criminals are coming up with new methods, new ways all the time. And with advancing technology, there's also going to be new ways of launching attacks with people. So companies need to be more proactive. They need to report this attacks when they're successful, so that criminal security experts can devise means to continue to fight this. They need to continue to do more to advance talent, develop talent. Sponsor people to go to school, sponsor people to take jobs in those areas. Offer on-the-job trainings to continue to train people as they come in, as a way to encourage them, and then maybe compensate people more. That would encourage people to take cybersecurity jobs versus AI jobs versus robotics. But if cybersecurity is not prioritized, all these other career options will continue to be more enticing and more attractive to talents, because they're better paying.
Well, that was such an interesting conversation with you, Shola. Thank you so much for joining us on Tech Trends.
No, thanks for having me.
And that's our show this week. If you missed any part of it, you can always catch up on the channel's TV YouTube account, where we have all of our episodes. And I encourage you to watch, share, and like your favorite editions. As always, Tech Trends is here to share insights, trends, and developments happening within the tech space. Until I come your way again next week, I'm Olayemi Odunuga. Bye for now.